Yeah, I mean, we've got a fantastic group of fighters that are here today, and they're all here, and I'm sure we're ready to talk about them. We want to talk about the Leeds show first.
Well, we have Hughie Fury.
Yeah.
Why don't we get Hughie up here,
right, Hughie,
and take a time to talk to Hughie first. Hughie, come and join us. I don't think it will need to be elaborated that Hughie is in fact a heavyweight, ladies and gentlemen, and he is from that very self-same fighting family, unbeaten. And Hughie, the plan for 2017, what is your ambition? What do you want to achieve this year?
To be champion of the world, to be WBO champion. I'm already mandatory position, so fight I want is Parker. So hopefully that goes my way. And that's it, I want to fight the best. And I believe Parker is one of the best out there. So this is my road now. So I'm just taking one step at a time. I've had all my learning fights and everything, so I'm ready for these big fights. This is what I want. I want to prove myself. I just don't want to be a talker. I want to let my fist do the talking. And I'm ready for this.
Where do we stand with making this happen?
well, he's mandatory challenger. We're negotiating at the moment with Joseph Parker's people from New Zealand, and I believe we've got an excellent chance of putting the fight on in the UK, and that's what we're working towards. I've got the utmost faith that Hughie can become world champion. He's got tremendous pedigree. As an amateur, he won the World Youth Championship. He's the cousin, as we all know, of Tyson. So you've got to think about all the camps that Tyson's had preparing for his world title fights in his career. Hughie's been there, so he's been sparring with some of the best young fighters in the world. And for me, he's ready to go. And I think him and Parker in this country, he's got a great chance of becoming world champion. So we will be announcing some details of that probably within the next 6 or 7 days. So keep our fingers crossed, it'll be here on BT.
That sound all right to you?
It sure does.
You're still relatively young, of course, for a heavyweight, and you from an amazing fighting background, a lot of heavyweight quality in the family background. Is that a pressure to you, or is that something that you rely on when it's hard? Maybe out of the way of the limelight sometimes, you know, when there's no cameras around. When we know that fighters have their down times. Is it helpful to you that you've got people around you who know what it's like?
Yeah, it's no pressure really. This is what I've been brought up to do. I'm in the fighting family. This is what I've been lived to fight. So this is just another day in the park for me. So when I fight, it's just, I've had all the experience with Tyson fighting for his world title. I've had the best of experience with sparring. I've had it all. I fought the best in sparring. So I'm just ready now to pick up my game and fight the best.
Terrific, really good to have you here today. And Frank, the other big names that are part of the stable, well-established stars who are already making a big impression on world level, what have you got in mind? We won't necessarily hold it all with you, but what have you got in mind?
Well, we've got a couple of fighters, unfortunately, are not here today because of various reasons. One being Liam Walsh. Liam Walsh is the mandatory challenger to Gervonta Davis. I don't know if anybody's seen that fight on Box Nation in the last, it was on last week, and he's with Floyd Mayweather. They're saying that he's the new coming of American boxing. We will see, because he's got to fight our man, and again we're in negotiations with that to bring that fight here. Whatever happens, I'm quite sure that fight will be shown on BT. So it's a big fight, and add Floyd Mayweather to it, you know, you're going to get some plenty of controversy around it. But Liam Walsh has a great opportunity of becoming world champion. You know, a lot was said about Jeff Lacey when he fought Joe Calzaghe, that Joe Calzaghe would get well beaten by Lacey. You know, the Brits, let me tell you something, when it comes down to it, we know they can dig deep, and I know that Liam Walsh can dig deep.
Billy Joe Saunders, what is in the pipeline?
Well, Bill's here, as we know, and what's in the pipeline for him is he'll either defend his title, he will defend his title, and that will be announced, I would think, probably early next week, Monday, Tuesday next week. It'll be a significant fight, a very significant fight, and I'm sure you're all going to be pleased with what you hear. It will be a great fight, and Bill's here. He's been very patient. He had a bad year last year through injuries and being messed around by Chris Eubanks, who decided to have the fight whenever he's having out next time. But Bill's here, he'll fight anybody, and you can't get a better gladiator than him.